welcome to Let's Bring Them In. My name is Ben DeHart. I'm an up-and-coming marketing rock star.
Hi there, this is Evan Klein. I'm a marketing whiz and a former economics scholastic scholarship winner.
And this is Derek Bry, the newly knighted Knight of Ethics.
Yep,
I didn't think that went through, sorry.
it's okay.
I'm still learning.
I think we'll just call you Sir Derek from now on for when we're using your full title.
That's
It is
right.
I, Sir Derek, of the Ethics.
What do you think the youngest knight in knighthood ever was? Like, the youngest knight to get through?
Ooh. I mean, probably something like ridiculous, like a single-digit kid.
Like 9, maybe?
Okay, but like, you got to think about how you become a knight. First, you got a squire, and then you have to defeat your mentor in single combat. So I guess the idea behind that is like, at what age? What's the youngest age that like I guess a child could defeat a 40-year-old man? What are the
So 9.
What if he poisons?
What are the strategies?
Poison.
Okay.
To poison your mentor.
Well, the issue there is once you poison your mentor, you don't become a knight. You do become a Sith Lord.
Ooh.
Oh, you make a good point. This is also assuming that we are in a galaxy and it's far away.
You know, if we go the exact opposite direction, Game of Thrones rules,
Yes.
because I recently read the 5th Game of Thrones book, a knight can make a knight anywhere at any time. The knight just has to be like, yep, it's time. You're a knight now.
Or like, oh shit, there's some bad guys coming. I could use another knight.
Let me just make one really quick.
Hey, you with the pitchfork.
Much like God creating a woman out of Adam's rib, a knight can create a knight out of himself, essentially.
But you have to siphon some of your own honor out of yourself in order to create another knight.
Exactly. Honor cannot be created nor destroyed.
Mm-hmm. It is
transferred.
Yes, it is in essence the energy that permeates the universe, and it is only lessening as we move forward in time.
All of the honor.
Is there an alchemy for honor?
No, but all of the honor in our world was created during the Big Bang.
And it will soon dissipate with the heat death of the universe.
Exactly. That's why.
Entropy, man.
That's why all of these. That's why swag is for boys and class is for men. If you know what I'm saying.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
I think
it will be Monday when this is released, though.
And it's a Monday right now. It's not even close to Wednesday.
No,
well, I mean, it's close, but
close,
it's not a Wednesday.
Almost. I think my favorite video, I feel like I've sent it to both of you at different times, is the video of the kid wearing a fedora, and he's recording it with vertical screen, and he's like fuming, absolutely fuming at his camera, and talking about how swag is for like dipshit idiots. His words, not mine, and how class is for men and swag is for boys, and how fedoras are class, and it's really funny. If anyone's interested, just look it up. It's worth a watch. It's kind of essential towards understanding.
So he might
the internet.
actually be the youngest knight.
He might be, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you really become a knight when you understand that swag is for boys and class is for men. Yeah.
Which I figured out last week, so here I am.
Yes,
Exactly.
and Derek is now knighted. He realizes that swagger can be left on the table. Class is where it's at.
Yeah, the kiddie table at Thanksgiving.
Ooh, burn.
Because Thanksgiving was
Sorry,
a couple
kids.
weeks ago.
Yeah, by the time you're listening
by
to
the time
this.
we record this. Happy
Yep.
Thanksgiving,
Hey,
everybody,
guys.
probably, maybe.
Especially if this comes out right before Christmas.
Yep. Hope you got your Thanksgiving lights down and put up your Christmas lights. Oh.
Yes, and speaking of like late advice, if we are going to release this sequentially, which I think I'm now pigeonholed into because we just talked about Derek being knighted.
Yep.
Shit.
We did it.
I think that we should talk about this a crisis that's happened because I think it's time to expand our
the brand?
our brand a little bit from just
Wait, are
like,
we rebranding ourselves this episode?
I guess so. I maybe it's less of a rebrand and more of just increasing our market share. I think we've got more resources to bring to the table than just rebranding services, and I think now's the time.
That's so fucking meta.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
So I think we don't just need to help clients with their like overarching brand. Sometimes clients get themselves in a real bind. and it's up to us to help dig them out of it.
I agree. I mean, this type of stuff happens when companies need to rebrand. For example, when BP had that big oil spill, what do they do? They needed someone to come in and help, because sometimes a big catastrophe is just not, you can't deal with it internally. You need help. Another example, not as well known, but definitely more funny, is when that American.
Oh.
No, I was going to say that American Airlines Twitter employee, when they responded to someone complaining with a picture of a woman with the toy airplane lodged inside of her genitals. Did you guys remember that?
Gosh.
No.
So they meant to delete that picture because someone tweeted at them and they were like, whoa, that's inappropriate. Meant to delete it. But then someone tweeted at them like, oh, I can't believe that I'm like stuck at this airline for another 3 hours, which first and foremost, that is awesome.
Not bad.
That is, well, I don't remember the exact.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's really cool to complain to an airline on Twitter, because then some idiot who gets paid to read tweets has to read that tweet and respond somehow with something.
I recently just tweeted at Spirit Airlines about how mad I was.
Hey, it's a good move, because you get your anger
I was like, this
out.
is the only way that I can express my feelings right now.
Exactly.
It's the equivalent of shouting.
Has to deal with me.
Yep.
It's true. Someone's gonna read it, so it's not exactly shouting into the void.
Exactly.
It's shouting at the intern.
It's kind of like when you're a child and you're really upset and you want someone to pay attention to you. The quickest, and maybe this is just my thought, quickest way to get someone to pay attention to you, pee in your pants. Someone has to deal with it. And if you're young enough, you're not expected to deal with it yourself. There's a small window for that to work. But regardless, back to what I was saying, they responded with the infamous picture, which if you look it up, you can find it. It's very, 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 very specific and descriptive.
I feel like I have a pretty comprehensive mental image from your description.
Yes, and the person, they tweeted at the person freaked out. They're like, OMG, like, I can't believe you do this. This is disgusting. Like, why would you, like, assuming that they were, like, being trolled by American Airlines. It's like, oh, boy.
But, like, what if that was their general strategy?
Yeah. I mean,
just like, yeah, you want to know what you sound like?
top tier troll.
It's just like that moment where you just slowly jerk off while someone's talking to you. Like, you slowly do the jerk off motion. Like, yeah, keep talking.
Yeah. I'm listening.
So freaking rude. I love it.
Unreal. So, is there anyone recently, Ben, that you're thinking?
Specifically, yes, and I feel bad because by the time we release this episode, their crisis will be long over. So this might do more harm than good by bringing it back to the public eye. But it happened just this weekend in this timeline. This games company Blizzard, known for their critically acclaimed games of World of Warcraft, and Diablo and Overwatch, just had their BlizzCon, which is sort of just their convention where they announce all the new news coming out for their video games.
BlizzCon.
Blizzard is primarily a PC-oriented, like personal computer oriented company. They do have some console releases, but most of their games are directed towards the PC market. They've decided to release during their convention that one of their most critically acclaimed and famous games, Diablo, they would be releasing a new version for exclusively mobile devices.
Good move.
This went over
TV.
This went over. Good call. Good
nice
call
back.
Thanks.
The reception to this wasn't stellar. The audience responded asking if this was a late April Fool's joke, if this would eventually be released to PC. To which the answer is no. You guys have phones, right?
Saw that. Oh my gosh.
Which is a stellar response.
Would have been a beautiful response of repartee if the audience would have been so wacky as to all smash their phones in unison. and say no.
No, we don't actually.
It would have been better if the representative did a slow jerk off motion while doing
it. You guys have phones, don't you?
I feel like this is the ultimate like slap in the face where like people would complain about MTV, like, oh, they don't have music videos anymore and stuff like that. And then at one point, the CEO or someone in charge at MTV came out and said, hey, like, you guys complaining about not having music on MTV are the reason why we don't have music on MTV, because you made like these reality TV shows so popular. I feel like they're trying to do the same thing where it's like, hey, you guys want these PC games, but you're making mobile games so popular and so marketable, but
every one of you goddamn motherfuckers has Pokemon Go downloaded on your phone.
Yeah, true. I will say I deleted that recently, but that was a personal recently meaning like last year. It was a personal thing because I was not getting anything done, and then one weekend I was just like, you know what? This can't keep happening. That's
smart of you, actually.
Yeah, it was, and I mean, I don't have anyone to play it with here, so there you go.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't have anyone to play it with until I put my friend code on Facebook, and now I have far too many people. Apparently there is a hidden majority. This is what they meant in the last election, is that there's a hidden majority that just plays Pokemon Go.
Oh no.
It's not very vocal. Everyone wants to complain about how bad the game is, but there's a large majority of people who are just like, I don't know, I kind of like the game.
No,
I still have it. I still play every day.
There's a lot of them. Like I'll see them walking around my campus, and like on Sundays after Packer games or before Packer games, streets are flooded. You can't, like, it's ridiculous, especially after updates.
Campuses are the best place for Pokemon Go. Like, I'm not convinced it wasn't made for kids walking to and from class to be like, well, I guess I'll play Pokemon Go and hatch some eggs and catch some Pokemon, whatever.
I think that's the ideal location. Just the other day, I went to my local park, and everyone was surrounding a sort of like memorial. And I noticed that they were all trying to catch Mewtwo, so I joined in.
Did you get him?
Not on the first try, but on the second try, I most definitely did. So I am now a Pokemon Master.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I still need Mewtwo, and I still need Kangaskhan and Mr. Mime. I'm trying to hatch them out of old eggs, and it's not working yet, because I don't ever walk anywhere.
Which is actually pretty cool. So I think
back to what we were saying,
Yeah, I think this kind of brings up the idea. It's an interesting move because mobile games are like the worst audience ever because people only complain about mobile games. The best that a mobile game can do is entertain you for a small period of time, right? Like, no one's ever like, oh, dude, this new mobile game is sick, because it's always kind of like, it's kind of nerdy to be playing like a mobile game. Like,
there's like 3 or 4 really main kinds of mobile games. There's like the kind that you tap, the kind that you like collect things, and then the kind that you swipe.
I was gonna say that.
Tap, swipe, collect. So Angry Birds is like a swipe. Pokemon's like a collect, and I'm pretty sure Diablo, the new Diablo Immortal, is going to be a tap.
Like a tap fighter.
Maybe a tap and swipe.
A tap and swipe.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
And a collect. I think it's going to be like, because you got to get all that loot. So I think it might be...
It's the trifecta, so maybe it will be perfect. Who knows?
Yeah.
I might be doing too much. I think people only like it if it's a tap or a swipe or a collect.
Well, the thing is, like, I feel like a lot of people are going to compare it to... I mean, obviously, please do not yell at me in the comments. Actually, do yell at me in the comments. Feel free to comment, subscribe, and like. But
smash that like button.
Yeah,
absolutely. Ring the bell, whatever.
It's going to be compared to Fortnite, just because it's like a major release.
I thought you were gonna go there, but I wasn't sure you were gonna go there.
Yep, people are going to compare it as far as like how successful it is, not in the gameplay, not in any sense like that, but just because of the overwhelming love of Fortnite and the fact that the Fortnite crowd they're about as loyal as it gets because they're all children, other than other people that like play it. But they're
all children except for the ones who aren't.
Yeah, other than the overwhelming crowd that are children. But like, I don't know. I feel like a mobile crowd is not the crowd to go after. It's a crowd to go after for money. Like, you'll make money quickly, but it's not a very elegant way to go about making a game.
The mobile crowd is the pyramid scheme of the late 90s and then resurgence in the the early 2010s.
I'm going to go ahead and devil's advocate here because I think there's a time and a place for mobile games. Like before the Nintendo Switch came out, like, I don't know, when I wanted to play a game, I couldn't just bring my PS4. So, like, I think having a device that plays something that has some level of worthwhile game is cool. And I've thought that the idea of playing Diablo, like, as a multiplayer game on the go is actually a pretty interesting idea because I've played Diablo on PC twice, but I thought I was immediately interested by playing it co-op, like, with my phone. Right. But I immediately texted one of my friends who is a big fan of the series, and I'm like, how do you feel about it? Because as somebody who doesn't play, this seems like not a big deal. And he was just like, kind of gave me the standard answer of like, Blizzard's missing the mark, which they might be.
It's interesting because like what you said with Fortnite. Fortnite is one of the only games that I know that is like cross-platform, which I think is like part of why it's so successful is that it's not just for Xbox people or for PC people or for PlayStation or for Nintendo. Like, it's for anyone that wants to play Fortnite. You can do it.
Oh my God. That would have solved it. They could have just released it as a PC / mobile game.
Right. Yeah. And so one of the articles that I read about it from Polygon, they were like, okay, so it's for mobile. When is it coming to PC? And the guy was like, it's not coming to PC. And so I think they could have really solved that issue if they were like, oh yeah, and then we'll release it for PC after like call it the beta period where it's only a mobile game just to see if the market's still there because the last game came out 6 years ago, whatever.
Exactly, because that's the thing. It's just like people are hoping for Diablo 4. So when they got Diablo phone,
3-part phone,
3-part phone, they were like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Yeah. Well, okay, so let's keep comparing.
I do want to say one thing.
Yes.
The reaction has not been exactly warranted based on the transgression that Blizzard has done. Okay, yes, they released a pretty badly timed, or they're announcing a pretty badly timed mobile game when people wanted a main title.
Yeah.
But the reaction has been a bit vitriolic. For what it is. One of my favorite.
Kind of funny though.
Oh, it's been very funny for me, who doesn't have to deal with it. But one of my favorite quotes was from a Redditor that said, "Keep the memes coming, Blizzard 4-star hand." And they were like, "We didn't want to do this, but Blizzard, you made us, so you 4-star hand here." And I thought that was amazing.
Wow.
He's standing on the barricade of the French Revolution, waving his flag of "I am only a PC gamer, PC master race."
Wow,
that is pretty cool.
That's hilarious.
Okay,
is that the hill
so
you're dying on?
Let's compare it again. Let's compare it to something else that had initially a poor acceptance.
Sure.
At least I think it had a poor acceptance initially in the gaming community. Was the announcement of the new Fallout game, Fallout 76, right?
Okay.
Like
right.
people when they heard that you could not play it offline were pretty upset initially, right?
I think you can, but
can
like there's no NPCs that are not monsters.
Wow.
And I think it's not necessarily been like a vitriolic response like this has been, but it has been confused and lukewarm.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I can appreciate a company that can keep their fans angry because it's there's something to be said about like if you can keep fans happy, how long are they going to stick around? Because no one wants to stay angry, but people will. I mean, people are more likely to share something on Facebook that makes them mad than something that they just are like, oh, check it out. That's not a fact.
It's the old adage that all publicity is good publicity.
Yes.
So why not throw some bad into the mix every now and then?
So what's your point bringing up Fallout 76 here?
So what I'm saying is, I want. This is very, very, very. Once again, when this podcast gets released, will not be immediate, but I believe.
God, I think 76 will be out by then.
Oh yes, true. But I'm talking.
So like in the comments after you listen, how you feel about Fallout 76?
Yep. But I feel like given a week or so, Diablo will be hated even more than right now. because it will, like, I feel like it hasn't hit people yet that it's just a mobile game. Obviously people understand what a mobile game is and the fact that it's only a mobile game, but I feel like a lot of people are still hoping like, oh, you know what? They might come around. They have to do something, but I don't think they will.
I have the exact opposite.
You think they have to?
No, I think that this is going to be forgotten entirely in a week.
Like it doesn't catch, and so they just shun it to like no one buys it?
I literally think the people that are complaining were never going to download it in the first place, and it'll be very popular in China.
Oh God!
It'll be very popular in the exact market that it needs.
Yeah, China and Korea.
Yep, good point. Okay, so we've been discussing video games and video game culture. Let's get into how we can help with crisis situations. So
exactly. So, how do we, like, in general? I think we need to think of a process of how we approach crises.
First and foremost, number one, conference. Have a press conference.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yes. First, identify the problem. Second, hold a press conference without thinking about it.
Tell people this is what we have. We found the problem. Now we're telling you that we know what the problem is.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
we hold this press conference. People, we hear your problems, but like you have phones, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So why don't you just play the game and then get back to us?
Yeah, so you're
download it first and then complain if you don't like it.
Yes, the press conference has to start with the company on the offensive. They cannot appear defensive. The Redditors will absolutely destroy them with memes.
Oh yeah, they eat that stuff up.
Yep, they will be turned into tomato paste.
Brothers, keep the memes coming. Blizzard forced our hand.
Yes. They brought it on themselves. They've earned this brutal owning online. So that's first and foremost. You have to have the press conference. I feel like another thing pretty quickly afterwards is a social media presence, kind of acknowledging it and making a joke about it, but joking in a way that people understand, hey, yeah, this is real, buddy. Like, we might joke about it, but you're not changing us.
Yeah.
So like a whole stern but unrelenting.
Like a tweet, and it says something along the lines of, "What, did you just expect us to give you exactly what you wanted?"
Yeah, something about like, "Oh, you expected this to be Utopia? Well, it's not. Yeah. It's Diablo," and like get people.
And like a penguin that like slipped and fell on its back, and it's like, "Well."
Yeah, the old gif of the penguin getting pushed on its back.
Yeah, like, you stupid other penguins, we're the king penguin here in this situation.
I'm not remembering that gif. I only remember the gif of the evil penguin that knocked his fellow compatriot into the water.
Yeah, that one.
Which is, I'm sure, how all the fans feel at this moment.
Exactly, but penguins can swim, and fans can still download the games on the phones that they have.
Sure can. They're not drowning. They're not very oppressed by this situation. Honestly, it's a net nothing for people that don't play mobile games. It's not like the people that develop Diablo for the phone are not the same as people that would be developing Diablo for the PC.
This is very true. It's a completely different. I mean, to say it's a different genre is a complete understatement. Like it's not only just a different genre; it's a different crowd. Like people who identify as mobile gamers are not the people who play games on the PC. This is fact.
They're very separate circles. They're very small Venn diagram.
It depends on the game. So, for instance, Pokemon Go is like ubiquitous. Any motherfucker can play Pokemon Go.
Well, okay, you don't have to have sex with moms.
Pokemon Go is a great example. Whoa, what?
Whoa, what?
Don't have to have sex with moms to play Pokemon Go. Don't want to. We are not a podcast that believes in being forced to have sex with moms to play Pokemon Go.
And for instance, another game, Clash Royale, is like MOBA, like that a lot of people play because it's fast and it kind of reminds people of Dota or League of Legends. It's just like
that one. You do have to have sex with moms.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because it's very important that you let people know about the mom
Pokemon Go is family friendly. Clash Royale is just sort of family.
Because the moms. Yeah, well, it's just very family friendly. You know what I mean?
Oh, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yes.
But like nudging hard into a wall to assert dominance.
So after the press conference, what do we do? Because we've obviously stirred up the pot now. People are riled.
Ads.
Right. It's too easy to now give them exactly what they want. So I think we do more of the same. like DLC for the mobile game almost instantly. Like, well, how about this? We'll give you what you want, but not on the PC still. Just here's more content to devour with this great mobile game we made.
Yep.
God, now what if we release it before the main game comes out?
The DLC?
The DLC before Diablo
Yes.
3 Infinity, or what's it called?
Immortal.
Immortal, okay.
I like
So
that.
the DLC comes out before Diablo 3 Immortal.
It
That's awesome.
does, and you have to purchase it in order to purchase the main game, but you can't play the DLC until you get the main game.
That's good.
Well, yeah, how can you play added content if you don't have like the main
Exactly.
thing?
You're just not allowed.
And then you can get early access by pre-ordering, obviously, but you cannot play the DLC with the early access.
No, not even if you purchase it, which
No
you
way.
have to in order to play the main game.
Yes,
Right.
of course. This is good.
That's fair. Is there a way to pre-order the game without purchasing the DLC?
No, are you stupid?
Yeah. you
Okay,
fucking
good.
idiot.
Well, no. I was just asking just so that we can field that question, like when it comes in. Like, wait a minute, what if I don't want the DLC? I just want the main game. Well, you're stupid.
Derek, you have a
obviously.
phone,
Yeah,
right?
Oh
exactly.
yeah, I'm on it right now. I'm not paying attention to what you guys are talking about.
Yep. And then,
I'm playing Diablo Immortal.
and then, since the Redditors are coming at us with memes, we will have to hire a more elite meme force that will decimate the Redditors.
Okay, who could possibly create... Oh, before I even got to the end of my question of who could create more powerful memes than Redditors, I already achieved my answer. And it is the Minion Facebook meme creators.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you thought of them too.
You mean
Were you heading that direction as well?
Yes, I was.
Do you mean hashtag Minion Squad?
Hashtag Minion Squad.
Yep.
Who else could I mean?
Hashtag
Shout out to
Minion Squad.
Connor O'Malley, as we are members of Minion Squad.
Wow.
Did he start Minion Squad?
I don't think he started it, but he's made YouTube videos about it. But yes, so the minions will just be absolutely like just decimating the Redditors online.
Yeah. If there's one thing that like well-respected memer can't get behind, it's well-upvoted Minion meme on their subreddit.
That's true.
Oh man, it's just so universal.
For the layperson, Evan, can you give me a 20-second rundown of what a Minion meme is? And then after that, Derek, can you give me a 20-second rundown of a subreddit?
Okay,
Yeah.
So Minion meme, popular ones on Facebook involve like very specific type of ideas where it'll be like a minion that says something about like, some call it crazy to do like this, blah, 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 but I just call it a Monday morning for me. Something, usually it's like a gatekeeping meme, but then there are some like reasonably good refried memes where it's like really, really, really risque things for the minions to be saying, and I think that's hilarious as well.
Like pseudosexual stuff.
Yes.
Okay, and these are minions from the movie Despicable Me, a beloved franchise.
Yes. Also the movie Minions. So let's not forget they have their own release.
Hello.
With Sandra Bullock. Derek, please lay down the law. What's Reddit and what's a subreddit?
All right, Reddit is from what I understand, because I'm not a frequent Reddit user. I'm more of like a layperson, just like you, the listener. Reddit is basically where the internet goes to recognize itself. It's a website where people can post and comment and just basically talk about anything that they want to talk about without being subject to rules for the most part.
There's actually, don't listen to that. There are lots of rules.
Okay, there's lots of rules.
Yes. For example, the subreddit,
like I said, I don't know.
Stop Girl Stop.
The only rule is you can only post stop girl images of this girl saying stop.
So there are rules within like the subcategories, but like Reddit as a whole, like you can post almost anything you want because there's a subreddit for that.
Yep.
Is that true?
Well, yes, and
so that's more what I meant.
There are illegal subreddits that have been taken down, and their owners have been persecuted. But yes,
so there's that. But like, there's a subreddit called r/shower_orange, and it's all about people posting themselves like, oh, I tried my first shower orange, and it was everything that everyone's always said. And it's like, oh, you feel so primal eating a shower orange. It's cold, and you can let the juices flow all over your body, and it just washes right off because you're in the shower.
It's
like the grossest thing that I've ever thought of. But it's also, have you ever had a shower orange? Because you'll just like instantly be like, oh yeah, this is how we're supposed to eat this damn fruit. We're not supposed to peel it. We're supposed to
wait.
I'm enjoying the flesh of this fruit the way God intended.
Yeah.
Wait, they don't peel it? They just bite into it?
I think they like break it in half and then just like and let the juice flow all over them, and then you just drop the peel because you're in the shower. It's not gonna be
like
sticky.
Rafiki from Lion King.
Exactly like Rafiki. There's probably an r/Rafiki. There's r/Boku no Hero Academia. There's r/ basically anything that you want.
Hold on. r/ what was that last one?
Boku no
No,
Hero.
the other one.
Rafiki?
Rafiki.
No, try it. I'm sure there's also an r/Minion Squad.
There's got to be.
Let me check.
Oh man, there's only two subscribers for r/Rafiki.
But r/Rafiki exists.
Yep, that is true.
There should be an r/ let's bring them in.
There should.
Yeah,
there should.
Maybe.
There also
get there in a few years.
A Twitter. Hopefully that'll exist by the time this episode comes out.
It probably will.
I guess we'll work on Twitter before we work on the subreddit.
Yeah. Yeah. We can. I'll run the Twitter. I will volunteer myself right now. Yep.
I'm pretty sure we already volunteered you earlier.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know.
and I'll have you know that I introduce you to people when I talk about you to people who don't know you as, well, that's Evan Klein. He's the king, and it's mostly in reference to your tweeting.
Yes. Just Twitter King.
He's the Twitter King.
I like Twitter a lot, and I've pumped the brakes recently, but I still enjoy Twitter. Anyways, back to snap back to reality.
Diablo
which
3
is
Immortal.
Yes, Diablo 3. Next step. Now that we've out-memed the memers with Minion Squad.
Yes. So to recap, we have identified the problem. We've had held a press conference where we've inflamed people, and then we have engaged in a meme war. What's step 4?
So we have them on their heels. What should we do now?
I think when companies attempt memes, like at their users' expense. If they're successful memes, people tend to be like, "Ha, got him!"
Yeah, this is true.
And the company gets a good deal of street cred for that.
Oh my gosh, like Wendy's.
Yeah.
I was about to say notable companies include Wendy's.
Wendy's is a good one.
Claps back so hard.
I hate that. Okay. Side note rant. Okay, I hate that brands can do this. I hate that they can do things like this. Like someone made a tweet and it was like brands back in 2012 like, please stop in and try our new deal. Like it's great and it lasts until this time. And then someone was like brands in 2018 and it was like, I'm a thick goth bitch and I love having my ass touched. And I was like, you know what? That's true. They're trying to make these brands like that's
like a big titty goth GF on Tuesday. Anyway, come into Arby's.
Yeah, they're trying to make these brands like some ethereal idea that's just blatantly the internet to get people to come in and try their products. And it's like,
God damn it, man, though. I have to say,
working.
Arby's has nailed its market share in my own headspace, but I have yet to go to an Arby's in my entire life.
Dude, my favorite.
I'll like every single picture they post on Instagram, but I won't go to an Arby's.
My favorite, one of my favorite Twitter accounts is like Nihilist Arby's, and it's like they'll just tweet something really banal and really depressing, and then at the end they'll say "Eat at Arby's." Like I think one of their tweets was literally, anything you do now or within the next 100 years will immediately be forgotten in the 100 years following that, and people will know nothing of you, not even your name. Eat at Arby's. It's just like, well, why not? It's Arby's.
Wow. Jeez.
So I think this is all part of our brand war.
Yeah.
I think we're still in step 3.
So we have to pick a weaker brand that is well known and take them down online.
Yeah. Bully them into submission.
Okay, so we engage in meme warfare as part 3.
Yep.
And then as sort of like a sub point, we engage in a brand smackdown, a battle royale.
We should form hashtag Team iPhone. We should get a hashtag Team Our Brand and take down other brands, conglomerate, and then we should link that in to the mobile game.
Well, yeah. as part of the mobile game is
clan.
rather than there being like NPCs that you fight, you're fighting other brands.
Yes.
Okay, so back in Diablo, we have a video of, instead of a bad demon that these heroes are defeating, we instead put Blizzard's one true enemy. Help me out.
People without phones.
People without phones.
Oh no, a brand.
You know, it has to be.
Okay.
It has to be a brand.
Start easy. Radio Shack.
Radio Shack is a great one. It's a low-hanging fruit. They're probably already dead.
By the time you hear this podcast, let us know if Radio Shack still exists.
Honestly, by the time of recording now, I'm not sure if they still exist.
Yeah, they exist. I'm pretty sure.
Circuit City.
Circuit City's RIP dead.
Media Replay.
Circuit who? Media who? I haven't seen a Media Replay in a decade.
EB Games.
EB Games. I think that still exists.
Babbage's.
What about EA Games?
Okay. I see. I was about to say that because these are all retailers, and Blizzard is not a retailer, despite having BattleNet.
But like EA Games, maybe.
EA Games is definitely one. Say like instead of like killing demons, you see EA Games that they're just smashing and saying, "Heh, at least we're not EA Games."
Yeah, at least we're not NFL 2000. Who cares?
Exactly. You see John Madden himself, and they just cut his head off.
Dude, I was gonna say do the Drake meme where he dislikes one thing and likes the other, and it's him disliking the new Battlefront game and then liking the new Diablo mobile game.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Disliking Fortnite, but loving the new Diablo Immortal.
Essentially,
and in his hand that he's like saying yes with, he's holding an iPhone.
Yes, because he has one. Essentially, the whole name of the game is you don't have to be the best, but as long as you're better than something else, you aren't the worst. So that's the whole name of the game, and you can stay relevant because it's kind of just a big clawing and scratching to stay away from the bottom. It's not necessarily because you don't want to be at the top because then everyone's gunning for you. You know.
However, you need to have a good. You can't just be like picking fights with the underdogs and stuff. Because you're right.
No, because people root for underdogs.
Yeah.
So instead, you have to incite these brands to target you so that you can come back with some witty repartee.
Oh yeah,
you do have to
like Wendy's.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wendy's is for sure the underdog of the fast food kingdom, which is why their witty responses on Twitter are so awesome. Everyone's just like, Wendy's, you're so great. It's because everyone already knows, like, everybody loves McDonald's, whatever, it's all over the world. But Wendy's is just like, but McDonald's is gross, so eat here.
Yeah. Also,
every time they do that, I'm just like, oh yeah, fine, Wendy's. I'll suffer through a square patty.
Yes. And so we'll have to amass followers. So first and foremost, Blizzard will be a team follow back account.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It has to.
Which, after the crisis has been resolved, we shall delete from our bio and then unfollow everyone.
Well, yeah. We got to keep good records so we know who to unfollow.
That's one of my favorite things to think about is accounts that say #team follow back, getting to a certain number and then saying, okay, time to go unfollow everyone. And then just one by one, without a program, without anything like that, just unfollowing people, looking at their bio and unfollowing them. Oh, legendary.
You gotta hit the world of fame somehow. And that's the way to do it. So, again, to recap.
Yes, please.
We have had our crisis. Yep. So we identify the problem. Mm-hmm. Step 1. Step 2, we hold a press conference and inflame the population. Step 3, we engage in a meme/brand war with both the population we have currently inflamed, as well as then we slap down a lesser brand. Step 4? What was...
We kind of started making like bullet points beneath step 3.
Yeah.
Step 3 is complicated.
Step 3 is a lot of steps.
Step 3 is essentially gain internet fame.
Yeah, step 4 I think is sell a billion copies.
Yes, I think step 4 is question mark, and then step 5 is profit.
Yep. Step 5 is profit.
Who knows what happens in that ephemeral step 4?
It doesn't matter because step 5 is profit, so we get there eventually.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, it's inevitable because it's part of step 5.
Yeah, it's step 5.
Exactly.
It has to work.
With step 3 being the rate determining step, Thermodynamics will drive us towards step 5. That's just a fact.
Exactly. Our momentum will carry us to profit. Exactly. And honestly, leaving it open to interpretation kind of leaves us, pliable and ready to pivot.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is good. And then eventually we say we're going to make a game on the PC, and then we sell.
Exactly.
Big sell. And
big
be rich.
sell.
You gotta sell high. This is just the rules of stock.
I think I'm going to make my first million by buying low, and then my second million by selling high.
But your third million will be gotten through bonds.
Bitcoin.
I
think there's going to be another bubble.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the cryptocurrency bubble.
Oh, we should make Blizzard step 4. Make your own crypto. Blizzard makes a crypto.
Oh, duh. That's how you purchase DLC.
And the crypto for Blizzard is currently going to be loot boxes.
Oh, I was going to say Dave and Buster's money. Dave and Buster money. So
I like that too.
Any Dave and Buster's cards that you have that have some money on it, take them in, redeem them for Blizzard money.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I think we're turning out a little bit of the Fortnite crowd if we only make the David Buster's people.
True.
Have the currency.
We don't.
So
does Fortnite have its own currency?
Oh, of course it does.
Yeah,
it's a free to play game.
Oh, okay. What is it called?
V-Bucks.
Which also can be redeemed at any Sears, Kohl's, or Macy's.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That was a couple episodes ago. We figured that one out.
Cool, crisp callback. Just like the taste of Miller Lite. Yet another callback.
Ooh.
Welcome to the callback section of the show where we reference every episode sequentially. Hey, how about that dark nightclub staples?
Yeah, remember the vape section? That was my favorite part.
Oh,
man. I feel like this is the episode of every TV show that it's like it's the
just
beginning
a clip show.
It's the beginning of season 2, but like rather than starting strong, we're just gonna rehash the entirety of season 1 in 30 minutes.
There's like 10% new footage, and then the other 90 is just like, oh yeah, remember when? And then it just blurs out to that memory.
But it is plot integral, so you can skip nothing.
Okay, so little singular rant. So I love The Office. I think you both know that. The American The Office. Big facts, big mood, only Office. So I was unable to watch it live for like the first few seasons, and then they have a season right before Michael leaves, I think. And it's they have an episode in it.
Spoilers.
You're right. I'm sorry, spoiler alert. So it's
another big spoiler for you at the end of the Bible. Jesus dies.
That's not the end. It's like towards the second third.
Fuck, I hadn't gotten there yet.
Bigger spoiler, he comes back.
That's one of my favorites. Just
like Jon Snow.
Hey man, don't ruin the Bible for me. I'm not done with it yet.
That's a real spoiler.
Oh man. Oh, okay.
Good shit. Go on, Evan.
It's not even as good, so I'm just gonna end softly. But there's an episode of The Office where they do just a bunch of callbacks, and it's when they're having like an evaluation. Yeah, it's an evaluation of the company, and like they're like, "Hey, has there been any of these incidents?" And then it just rifles through all the times that exactly what he said happens, and that was like one of the first episodes I was able to see live, like on a Thursday, because I always was busy on Thursday nights, and I was like, this sucks eggs. This is very disappointing.
Bad show.
Very mad. And this is like a year after they went on strike with the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah, I remember the strike.
You know what? That makes sense. That's a perfect time for a clip show.
Sure is.
Oh man, I was so upset.
The last episode of The Office that I watched was Jim and Pam's wedding.
Really?
Yep, and I was like, well, I've seen everything up until now. I saw the overarching arc of the show come to a close.
I love how you pronounced arc 2 different ways in that single sentence.
Yeah.
Thanks, I read books for a side job.
Where pronunciation is half the job.
It sure is, man.
That's pretty epic that you can read.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm not
trying to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty literate.
Have you done a reading of the Bible yet?
No, they won't hire me. I don't know who to contact for that.
What if we write a version of the Bible and then contract you specifically to voice it?
Ben, I don't like that at all. I feel uncomfortable writing a version.
That's real dangerous territory.
Next episode, we are going to be
rebrand the Bible.
I think I'm sick next week.
You've heard of Catholics. You've heard of Orthodox. You've heard of Protestants. But have you heard of Big Money Whammies, the new Bible?
This could be slated to come out on Christmas if we rebrand the Bible.
That's when it all started.
Hey, yeah, no, real quick aside.
Very
audience,
beginning.
Don't listen. Let's rebrand the Bible for Christmas.
Holy shit! Yes, though.
But listen, if it comes out on Christmas, we have to do it in a way that's going to make us legendary and not make us the guys who ruined.
There's an easy way to do this.
Yep.
It's entirely in rhyme.
Oh,
okay. Iambic, so you come back now. We'll Dr. Seuss the Bible.
Yep, iambic pentameter.
Don't put me on the hook for iambic pentameter because you motherfuckers know I will have to be on the hook for writing this.
That's very true.
But listen, I wrote
because if you fucking lock me into iambic pentameter, Evan.
No.
Do you guys? So do you guys remember Mrs. Tucker Clemens' class in ninth grade?
Hey, Mrs. Tucker Clemens.
Honor your preferences. Sorry.
What? Yeah, don't clarify. Just continue.
So we had that Great Expectations project.
Yeah.
Where everyone, like, after we read, like, at least half the book as a class, then the second half of the book was like, okay, everybody gets their own chapter in groups of, like, 3 or 4 or whatever, and we'll just finish the book by doing presentations, whatever.
I liked the research project that we spent an entire semester editing.
Yeah, that was great. But my point with Great Expectations is my project was entirely written in rhymes, and I just sat in Jonathan Haroon's basement, and I was like, all right, you guys, I read the chapter, so write down everything I'm about to say. And I wrote our whole presentation in rhymes, just sitting there thinking of rhymes, and I was like, here you go, just write it down as it comes out. So I'm not saying that I can do the rhyming, but I might be able to call back to 15-year-old Derek and his rhyming abilities.
I will say Great Expectations is about on par with as far as canonical references and importance as the Bible. So very good point. Thank you. I think you will be able to do so.
Yikes. I'm nervous.
Oh my god.
Oh man. This
could be a bad idea.
It was the night before Christmas when we made a very bad idea.
So
we did it anyway because we can't back down.
Hear me out. We're online right now. We're always online. Who cares about? Okay, first and foremost, Blizzard will be billing you.
Yeah, you're freaking welcome.
Yeah,
dude.
Exactly. On to bigger and better things.
Billing is a higher rate because it's Crisis
Download 3 Immortals.
Yep.
Yes, yeah. Download Diablo 3 Immortals for the iPhone. You guys have phones, right?
So, all of this to say, if we rebrand the Bible, no one cares, right? So, like, net gain, net loss. The biggest thing that could happen is some useless website says these 3 assholes poked fun at the Bible, right?
But what about the future?
Or the Pope excommunicates us from a faith none of us are a part of, but like...
Yeah.
But...
what were you saying, Derek?
What about the future? What if someone is like, hey, yeah, I really want to hire you for this job, but you tried to rewrite the Bible with your friends on a podcast, and you guys did a shit job, so I can't hire you. You're associated with this. You used your real name, you idiot.
Okay, Derek, what's important here, Derek, is that, like, when Derek tried to...
Wait, Benjamin Mark DeHart?
No. When Derek's idea to rebrand the Bible...
this was not my idea. Derek, I said this was a bad idea. Evan, Derek,
we can't win.
Mark DeHart.
Derek, who edits this?
You guys, I can't hear you guys edit more. I think the radio's dying.
All I have to say is that if we rebrand the Bible, I call Revelations and Song of Solomon.
Okay, I call Leviticus, and I'm gonna make some lit new rules.
What about you, Derek? What do you call?
I
call. The Gospels are up. Okay. So wait, real
Thou
fast.
Thou shalt not lick thine own ass.
Hey, real fast. Let's snake draft the books of the Bible that we want to rewrite. Okay.
Starting in random order.
All right, I'll start. Well, no, it's snake draft. So I go, and then Ben goes, and Derek again.
I mean the books
Ben,
of
me.
the Bible.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. Okay, so I'll go first. You ready?
Okay.
Song of Solomon.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Song of Songs. I'm out for everyone. All right, Ben, your turn.
All right, Jesus.
No, Ben.
That's not a book of the Bible. You don't know. I thought you guys went to religious school together for like 100 years.
No, I get all the ones with Jesus.
All right, Ben. Pick a real book from the Bible, Ben.
Jeez.
I get all the ones with Jesus. I called it.
No,
Next person.
No, not how it works.
You can't pick 4, maybe 5 books
Ben,
at once.
10 seconds until you don't get a pick. 10.
Uh-oh.
9.
I already said Leviticus. So that's fine.
Leviticus. Derek's turn. 2 books.
All right, I'm gonna start with Genesis, and then I'm doing whatever the one is with David and Goliath and Sodom and Gomorrah. I think it's 1 Samuel.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right.
No, Sodom and Gomorrah is not 1 Samuel. Sodom and Gomorrah is like Deuteronomy. It's earlier. Yeah, it's much earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
I was thinking of Bathsheba. Whatever. I'll still take 1 Samuel.
We're back to me. I'm gonna do numbers, and it's just gonna be numbers.
It's gonna be in binary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben, the meme lord.
All right, I get two. All right, ready?
Yeah.
I call Revelations. I'm gonna. No, I picked Song of Solomon first.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, it's sex. Nice. So
Nice.
Revelation, and then second pick, I'm going. I'm going Job.
I know too.
Job.
Oh
shit! I wanted Job.
Too bad.
I think it's pronounced Job.
Yes. Well, after I'm done with it, it'll be pronounced Job. Fun fact: Job, first book written. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
You think they would have started with Genesis?
No, I don't know about that.
The story of Job was written before Moses wrote. Okay, first and foremost, this might not be fact. This is what I was told at one point by someone.
Okay.
But in the book of Job, it talks about angels being on earth, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh.
I don't remember Job that much, but I took a biblical literature class, and we talked about the order that everything was written in and how many authors wrote it.
Stop fucking around here.
Okay,
we obviously
true.
know that when the angels were first on Earth and they were doing sweet drag races, Job was the sexiest of them all.
Ben, I'm rewriting Job. You get to pick the next book. What's your next book?
Well, you ripped it away from me, from my cold dead hands.
Mine. I call Job.
Okay.
Job can have a
this
sick
time
mullet.
I pick Moses.
Moses?
It's not a book.
Not a book. Do
you know anything about the Bible?
He is a character. He is one of the key pieces. And he wrote 4 of the books.
This time I pick God.
You pick God, huh?
Ben, you can't just pick the best character. That's not part of this game.
Oh, I wasn't picking the best character. If I was gonna pick the best character... best character in the Bible. Character.
Who's the best character in the Bible?
Who's better than God?
Say it. Say Judas.
Guys being
Say it. Say
Don't
Judas.
You dare. This podcast is over.
It's not Judas. God, I think if I'm gonna pick the best character in the Bible,
whose name do you say more?
I'm gonna go with Pontius Pilate.
Oh,
that's such a good pull.
Washes his hands. I'm gonna go Herod.
Seriously. I'm going David, right?
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Nope, it's Barabbas. We were wrong the whole time.
My next book is Proverbs.
No. That's who the people want.
Exodus.
That's who the people want. Is like when you ask for if people want Jesus or they want Barabbas, they want Barabbas.
So the fun thing about that was that a big mistake on the people's part, or was that all according to the plan?
Regardless, they chose Barabbas.
Barabbas.
Yeah, they were pretty fucking dumb.
Okay, so
he legit killed people. So I picked Proverbs, and then I picked Exodus.
I don't think I actually got a pick.
That I can.
Yeah, you can get
2 fake picks. So.
Yes, so you get 1 real pick now.
You skipped me. Okay, guys, for real this time. I will pick the Book of John.
Which one? There are 3.
There's 4 actually.
True, there is 4. Do you want the gospel?
I picked the character of John then.
Oh my god.
Which one? The Baptist?
Thank you for listening to Let's Break Them In.
Yep, that's...
We'll be billing you.
And?
Thank you, guys. I have been Ben DeHart.
I'm still Evan.
And I'm Sir Derek of the Ethics.
Yep. See ya.
Good gracious, how drunk are you?
Dude, not really. That was really funny.
Yeah, I like this. I like snake drafting books of the Bible.